Hey, welcome back to Everything Homestead. I'm Terry. Going to show you my new toy I just got. We cut a lot of firewood here, so I'm always keeping an eye out for chainsaws. A lot of times I'll take and buy them and fix them up and resell them again, just to get a little more money. But this particular one caught my eye. A buddy of mine's got an 80 EV, and I kind of started to like the design of that chainsaw, and I came across this. Let me show you what it is. This is a John Deere 65 EV. It is a 1980s, early 1980s saw. I think I looked it up. It's a 1980 saw. So what's that? 44, about 44 years old now. And I found this thing at an auction. The pictures, it was an online auction. The pictures weren't that great of it. I thought it was just an old saw, kind of beat up. When I got it back home, it was just covered with a little bit of dirt. Cleaned it up, and this thing's in excellent shape for its age. Just some minor scuffs and scratches here and there. And surprisingly, it runs really well too. So this is a saw that was technically an Echo saw, designed off. It's the same thing as the Echo CS 650 EVL. And then they manufacture it for the John Deere Corporation. And so this is a 64.2 cc saw, and back in the day that was a fairly good sized saw. This bar is not the original bar, but this is a 27-inch Oregon bar. And by the lack of scuffs and scratches and wear and stuff, that this saw didn't get a whole lot of use. Runs really well. Lift it up here. You can see compression is pretty good on this old saw. I had this thing running a minute ago, but let me get it started up here. Give a little closer look here. It runs really well. It's got really good compression. The oiler on this thing's working really well because I was laying a line of barn chain oil on the table there. But it's got the air filter carburetor up here. I believe it's a Walboro carburetor. The saw that my friend had was the 80 version, 80 EV. That had the carburetor mounted on the side. So there's a pretty big difference in saws there. They also made a John Deere 2-cylinder chainsaw. The same thing as the Echo. And apparently there's a ton of problems with the coil on those saws. I just watched Leon's chainsaw parts and repair video on that, and he'll show you how much trouble he's been having with his. But when I got this saw, it was missing this decal, so I was able to find the original replacement, and I put that back on. But if you see, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of wear in this thing. It's got the on and off switch right here. It's got the trigger lock right here for starting. Spark plug down here. Choke. And this cover right here covers both the muffler and the bar and chain. And it's got this safety guard. A lot of times you find these saws, this is smashed up or cracked. You just flip this over and you can put in your bar and chain oil, your fuel. You can see on the face of this here, there's very little wear indications here. And I know this isn't the original bar, 27-inch here. I think the manufacturer went up to, I think, 24-inch off the sales floor, but with the 64 cc saw, You get a sharpened chain. This 27-inch bar is no problem. Came with a bar cover, which is really nice. If you look on the bottom, where about the only wear you could find on this saw is just from sitting on a shelf. You can see where the orange is showing through. That's the Echo color originally, and then they just painted them yellow for John Deere. But as you can see, there's not a whole lot of wear in it. Just sitting on a shelf will do that over 40 plus years. And this little piece right here is a little place you can put your foot if you want to start it. Just put your foot down in there on the ground, pull it up and start it, but I usually don't start it like that. But a lot of times for that reason, you'll see this will be broken away and from people stepping on it and whatnot, or it just gets set down too hard on something and snaps this off. On the top, within this air cover, there is a hole right here to adjust the flow of barn chain oil. You can see there's a little oil can emblem and the arrows that show you, well, you go left or right depending on how much flow you want. This saw, I found out, even when you turn it down quite a ways, it still throws quite a bit of oil. But there is a nice adjustment for it anyway, where a lot of saws, to make that adjustment, it's not so accessible, but that's a nice little feature they put in with this. And you can see even the caution sticker, a lot of times those things get worn off. It's all good. But this saw is in excellent condition. Very happy to find this thing. There's not many saws that I would just sit on a shelf to be like a shelf queen. Not that kind of guy, but this is one of those saws that I don't think I'm going to use a whole lot. I will use it, but this thing's in such good shape and it's pretty much a collectible thing anymore. You can find these saws here and there, but not very many in this good a condition. If you've got a chainsaw like this, put in the comment section, what do you have as a John Deere? What kind of saw is it? How long have you had it? Where'd you get it? Do you use it? Does it run? Thanks for watching.